putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Holy cow, Megyn Kelly. Really? Things are that bad over at NBC that you got to do a show with Trump women, and the best you could come up with was, he asked me for my phone number. Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It is amazing to me how the Democrats play their strategy. The strategy is like right in front of your face. I told you guys this. I said, look, I don't know if you guys remember, but it wasn't this long ago. Conyers resigning, Franken gets pushed out. I said, you know what they're doing? They're going to say they're cleaning house so that they can go back and retread on Donald Trump and say he was a sexual predator, blah, blah, blah. And they're going to try to force him to resign. So they had to have a couple skins on the wall. Oh, we've cleaned up our act. No, they haven't. Many, many more to come. But what's so sad about this and this whole thing with Megyn Kelly is the level of desperation she's gotten to. I mean, things have got to be pretty bad for you to come up with this kind of drivel to present. And then she backs it up with her tweets. Yeah, she's got this passive-aggressive attack on President Trump. In fact, she called him in a tweet tone deaf. When he tweeted about sexual allegations made against Al Franken, she tweets this: who that has been accused of sexual assault would have the gall to preach to others about sexual misconduct? How infuriating that would be. How tone deaf, Mr. President. Now, what's funny about this is Megyn Kelly says, who that has been accused. In other words, rendered guilty. How would you have the gall as in a person accused? Hey, I have the gall because I didn't do anything. How about that, Megyn Kelly? This is the thing. Megyn and I, I'm friends with Megyn Kelly. She was one of the people that made sure that I got a deal at Fox. But I watch her today and I'm going, I don't know this person. Let me tell you what I see. I see a person who doesn't know who she is. And so she's catering to the audience. Like her or not, Oprah Winfrey, Oprah said, this is who I am. Oprah revealed herself. I'm a victim of sexual abuse at the hands of my own family. Now, Oprah's not going to tell you that all her family are Democrats, but she'll tell you that. I was abused. I was passed around from uncles, whatever, you name it. She won't also tell you it was a Jewish guy, a Jewish man who made her career for her. Most people don't know this. So, but here's the thing. Oprah took that pain. She started out sort of doing sensationalized journalism with going against the Phil Donahues of the world, but she morphed it into something that became uniquely Oprah. And I don't like Oprah's politics, but I'll tell you, some of her shows back in the day, she covered issues and she tried to get deeper dives and really get into the humanity of it all. And I think that's what made her a household word. Megyn Kelly is sensationalizing. She's what's that lady's name? Jenny Jones. She's the Jenny Jones. That's who she reminds me of. You're going to do a show and they brought you over and paying that kind of coin. Show me your personality. And stop making it a personal agenda. Let the audience make up their minds about it. Say, we're going to have these women on, but I'm going to challenge them. She isn't challenging anybody. A woman comes on and says, Donald Trump asked me for my phone number. I felt so much pressure. Oh, my gosh. I worked there. I don't even know if she worked for him or Donald Trump. You're a receptionist at his office. And he asked you for your phone number and oh, my God. If he didn't want you there, he'd just say, look, I want somebody else. If he wants modeling agency, beautiful starlets, they're available to billionaires. I promise you. Go on 100+ foot yachts and you don't see a bunch of ugly ladies that look like Hillary Clinton partying with billionaires. I don't care if the dude's 70 years old. He doesn't have a bunch of Hillary Clinton Pelosi types on the boat, on the yacht. He's got young hot bodies. And you know what? If that group doesn't want to be on the boat, I promise you, there'll be a whole litany of them lined up, ready to get on the boat. George Soros could be on that boat. And I promise you, there'd be so many beautiful women ready to be with George Soros, you would sit there shaking your head going, I'm not seeing this. Yeah, you are. Anyway, then she talked about she chimed in on Roy Moore's accusers. The allegations against Moore, which go back decades, and which Moore's campaign has insisted are politically motivated, range from unwanted pursuit to groping to assault. And this is the guy you want to be our next senator? Allegations again, unwanted pursuit. Let me ask you, how many women, by show of hands, ladies, have had an unwanted pursuit? Did you consider that? Oh my gosh, he shouldn't have never pursued me. How many? Okay, guys, let me ask the guys. Guys, have any of you been involved in an unwanted pursuit where the woman didn't want you? Because if you haven't, then you ain't human. You've pursued somebody that goes, no, just not my type. Okay. Women have been pursued. Women pursue people. And guess what? They're just not their type. It's unbelievable. What happened to Megyn? She's revealed her true nature, I'll tell you that. Because, people would tell me, Kevin, she's a liberal. And I was like, I don't know. But then I was on a interview with her, and she debated me with some Black Lives Matter clown. And she was sticking up for them. And I was like, whoa, what just happened here? So I had to blast her. Clearly, folks, this exclusive, as they call this episode of her show, was for ratings, as well as she probably needed to solidify her bona fides. Because I heard that Megyn couldn't even get guests on her show. I'm talking about celebrity guests. People were like, I don't want to be on her show. She's Fox. She's. And so Megyn's going, no, look, I'm a liberal. I'm one of you. I just happen to be on Fox. And they're like, oh, yeah, we don't believe you. So now she's got to, if I beat up on Trump enough, then maybe people will get it. Oh, man, these people are rich. We have another clip, though, and this one is hysterical. All of these are hysterical because they're so nonsensical. And this is why I told you before, you got to learn not to care. You have to just look at this, and they tell you something like, oh, this happened, and you go, I don't care. Donald Trump just murdered somebody. I don't care. Donald Trump ran over, the Pope. I don't care. You just have to really not care. Because if you care, leftists will use it to their advantage. Anyway, here's another girl. She's giving her harrowing story of what happened when she had a run-in with Donald Trump.
These dreams never included a man lining us all up to look us over like we were pieces of meat. These dreams never included a man coming into the backstage makeup area while I sat naked under a robe.
So this is a pageant girl saying that she never dreamed that she'd be looked over like a piece of meat. How dare they? Right? So that's number one. And then the second thing is she says, and then he came in as I sat naked under a robe. And that's what did it for this brother right here. I just fell out laughing. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So this is another one of Trump's victims, a pageant girl. How much money I don't know where. Think of all the pageant girls that Donald Trump has had. How much money did they pay this girl to come out and say this stupid thing? Whoever paid her had to go, you ain't getting a check. No, you cancel the check. Because she couldn't even keep the story. I was naked under a robe. Just for the record, that means you were wearing a robe. And then it begs other questions. Were you the only one there, pageant girl? I mean, was this a Harvey Weinstein type encounter where you're the only one there and Trump sneaks in and he says, hey, naked girl under a robe, watch me water the plant. and she's trying to get away. No, let me go with your eyes, Donald Trump. I'm naked under a robe. Let me go. Who else was around? Other pageant girls. It wasn't her by herself. Who else came in? Makeup artists, clothing personnel, people involved with the show. I don't know if you've ever been to one of these shows. I'm not trying to be all braggy or anything, but you go to one of these shows, being honest with you, the girls are naked, braless, getting on things and putting on outfits. It's nothing. People walk through there with wardrobe stuff. I mean, unless you're just a gawker, nobody cares. Nobody looks. It's just the way it is. If Trump walked back there, I promise you, there were many other men back there. Now, most of them were gay. Don't make that, but what about the lesbians? What about them? There, you think they're sitting there? Ooh. Give me some of that. So what do they got? They got nothing. But Megyn could have had legitimate people on. People that Franken molested, people that the Conyers molested, people that Alcee Hastings molested, people that Al Green have molested. Since we've been together. Not that Al Green, right?
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.